What is up, everyone? Conixis here, and welcome back to Shutting Song, Starnova. You know, I could have taken a break and not recorded this until I caught up, but your boy had to know. Your boy had to know what was going on with his girls. Anyways, as you guys know, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been out, so probably been doing a lot of that as well. But hey, we're back to this. I'm back to this because I didn't want to forget everything that's going on, but I remember, like, last time we were doing the live, and then Quasar interrupted our live to announce that Shiro was going to be graduating at the Grand Prix. So now the fans are torn. Should they support Shiro and vote for them, or should they support us with Mariya? But we'll see what happens. I rushed backstage immediately after the conclusion of the live to meet with the girls. Everyone, I'm so sorry. I bowed before them, my face burning with both fury and shame. I didn't see this coming. I guess you could say.
You never see it coming.
God damn it. Anyways, I didn't see this coming. I was completely beaten by that Kamijo. The girls exchanged worried glances.
Well, I guess nobody could have prepared for something like that. Seriously, hijacking another idol group's projection screen in the middle of a live like that, nothing like that's ever been done in the history of Japanese entertainment.
Jesus Christ. Like, no, I'm not saying that because of what Julie said. I'm saying that because my screen is so big now, because I don't remember when I mentioned it, but I got a new screen, and holy shit, it's huge. This helps with reading, because now the words are a whole lot bigger, but Jesus, it's big. Anyways, the models are almost the size of my head. Anyways, god damn it.
Do you have any idea how they could have pulled that off?
Everyone at Shining's investigating that right now. Right now, I'm in the dark just as much as the rest of you. But most importantly, Mariya, are you alright?
Me?
Yeah, just caught me by surprise, that's all. I knew Kamijo was willing to do anything to win, but deciding to graduate his center at this moment? Tch. Mariya clenched her fists.
Mariya.
I know what this means. Now everyone will be left wondering why the hell a granny like me is still an idol when the #1 idol in the nation's graduating.
It appears that man has struck us in our greatest weak spot.
And on top of that, everyone's going to be mobilized behind Shiro to give her a great send-off. We might have been catching up to Quasar's popularity before, but now that the Grand Prix is going to be Shiro's final live, there's no way we're going to win. After all, this will be everyone's last chance to vote for Shiro before she leaves for good. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Kamijo's on that bullshit. Unless... Mariya? Producer, you know what you need to do, don't you?
No way.
You... what's going on? What's Peigun gonna do? He's gonna announce Mariya's graduation as well, but won't it seem like we're biting at that point? I don't know. Shut up and listen, you bumpkin. You've got to announce my graduation as well. The Grand Prix will have to be my final live.
But Mariya, didn't you say you wanted to go get to the Tokyo Dome?
Yeah, whatever happened to going out in the greatest graduation live in history? I gotta push the screen up because my mic is in the way, so I have to keep rounding my mic as I read. God damn it. None of that matters anymore. Unless you do this, we're all going to lose. So this was Kamijo's plan all along. With Shiro graduating, my only viable move was to go tit for tat, and announce that Mariya would be graduating as well. In chess, they would call this move a queen swap. In other words, so that the war may be won later, both sides had to lose their most valuable pieces. Everyone, a lot's happened tonight. Whatever happens, a decision can't be made right this second. First, I want to get to the bottom of how Kamijo even managed to steal our projectors. We need to get all the facts before we plot our next move. Okay. Anyways, you girls look exhausted. Get to the showers and get dressed. I'll get the transportation and staff to escort you girls back home. With that, I left the change room. As soon as the girls left, I picked up my cell phone and returned to work. Without question, this was an existential crisis which threatened all that we had worked for. I couldn't afford to make any more mistakes now. I had to protect the girls from further harm. Mariya, I couldn't let her go down again like this. Yeah, let her down. I also saw that I can change the text box transparency, so technically I can make it pitch black, and then I can censor the bottoms easier. Anyways, I slapped the morning's gossip rag on my desk. Starnova's center, true face exposed. I'm sorry. Tobacco, alcohol, parties. The secret corruption of Yamamoto Mariya. Kamijo! He must have timed the release of these stories to coincide with yesterday's announcement. Everything in the papers was trying to drive home a single message. Mariya wasn't a fresh-faced innocent girl anymore. Late last night, an old photograph of Mariya looking smashed at a nightclub had emerged shortly after all the papers turned on us in the blink of an eye. Now they were going on about how Mariya was just a drunk middle-aged woman. Just goes to show that the celebrity gossip in the papers was all nonsense. I heard the door slam open. Julie burst into the office with the rest of the girls in tow. "Oi, producer, big trouble!" "What happened?" "Look!" Julie shoved her cell phone in my face with the Chan thread on its screen. You'll have to explain how this works. They're all shitting on this picture here. Julie opened up an image attachment revealing a photograph of Mariya from the live the other night. Whoever uploaded the photo obviously was trying to sabotage our candidacy because Mariya's face happened to be caught in an unappealing double chin. Damn. Damn! Not only that, but thanks to being drenched in sweat, her makeup and hairstyling had come undone, revealing an exhausted-looking face underneath. Thanks to the speed required for the dance routine, it was possible to capture weird snapshots like this if you were to take photographs during the live using a high-powered camera. However, the photographs would not be an accurate representation of what attendees actually experienced. It's already spread everywhere on Chipper and Spacebook. It's already become a huge meme. Oh, the word meme has been used. Oh boy. Fucking hell, we're getting into memes! God damn it. Look, like, what? Look like it's called the bird. You mean looks like? Look like. Cause look like. I think that look should have an S. I don't know. Look like it's called the burned out idol meme, and basically people write stereotypes of scandals that old idols get into on the picture for a laugh. Oh, the old meme style, huh? Just the impact text, and then you got the fucking little quote or whatever. Oh boy, I clicked my tongue in annoyance. So now people were just joking at the expense of the hard work Mariya had done to get this far. Shit. And that wasn't the end of our troubles. I had Kudama poke around to find out how Golden Calf managed to hijack our screen projectors. Based on what he managed to dig up, we suspected that we had been sold out by Soma Music itself. Apparently, Soma Music thought our battle with Quasar would receive more exposure if they also broadcast the feed of Quasar's announcement during our live, or at least they thought doing so would be far more entertaining to the masses, which would translate to more publicity. Of course, Shining Productions was kept in the dark about their plans entirely. And the most pathetic thing was that we were so dependent on Soma's Music's continued financial backing that we couldn't even lodge a complaint. Yes, this was the nature of this industry. The girls' tears were all for the sake of entertainment. Even if people tormented the girls, none of it was a problem because it was all supposed to be for a laugh. As long as we could draw eyeballs, it didn't matter what kind of outrageous things happened to the girls. The full realization of the extent to which we had commercialized the suffering of these innocent girls filled me with fury. This wasn't funny anymore at this stage. No matter what, there had to be some lines that had to be respected. Mariya had already suffered so much, but to think people would turn her into a laughingstock for trying to overcome Quasar. What do we do, P-kun? This isn't right. Why did so many people turn on us overnight? It's just the way this industry is. The people are basically just mobs. They just want to raise up their heroes one moment and then lynch them the next.
Besides, we're not in the best position to complain. We're idols, you know. We're all trying to make money off this kind of behavior. So it's only expected it'll come to bite us in the ass eventually.
Mariya, don't listen to any of that nonsense. Besides, there are still fans defending us. We can't give up yet.
Of course I'm not gonna quit either. I'm just saying this is just the way this industry is.
The girls looked at Mariya with worry.
Everyone, I'm sorry. Looks like I'm just a screw-up.
No, it's everyone else that's being weird. It's not like Mariya did anything wrong.
I was worried about something like this would happen.
Aki cleared her throat after Sasami glared daggers at her.
Anyway, so continuing off what we were talking about last night, what's the plan, producer?
I haven't come to a decision yet. I thought as much. It's too much to take in all at once. But the first thing I'm going to do is release a batch of professional photographs we took during the live right away. We've got to show everyone that the photographs the trolls are spreading right now isn't representative of what we've seen at the live.
That seems like a good first move, but...
Mariya?
It was obvious that the events of the past 24 hours had taken their toll on Mariya.
Mariya, are you feeling alright?
Yeah, the live just tired me out, that's all. The girls looked at each other, then seemed to come to a mutual understanding.
Producer son, we'll all be practicing downstairs while you talk with Mariya about our next step.
Yeah, I think we could all use some more practice. Come on, everyone, let's go.
Clear out, everyone. It's time to practice.
Everyone left the office, leaving me with just Mariya. Sorry I let you down. No, it's me who should be saying that. I messed up big time. As your producer, I should have known Golden Calf was up to something.
None of that matters, you know. All of this is happening because I'm just an ugly old hag, that's all. It's true, I'm just not as good looking as the others anymore, and I can't keep dancing all night without getting exhausted either. It's all over for me.
Mariya, you're saying you're giving up?
I don't want to drag everyone down at this rate. We're just going to be humiliated when we lose the Grand Prix. Even though it's too late for me, the others still have potential. If I bring the whole unit down now, I'll have ruined everyone's futures.
You're worried about that? The others still believe in you, Mariya. I put my hands on her shoulders. All of this is that Kamijo's doing. We can't go down without a fight. At this stage, it's really either them or us. We've got to fight tooth and nail for every centimeter of territory. You got this far without giving up. This is the closest you come to accomplishing your dreams. We can't turn back here.
Producer,
Mariya, I still believe in you. Mariya wrapped her arms around me and cried into my chest. Don't worry. We'll do this together. We can still win.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's finally beat Quasar.
This is some good stuff, y'all. Some feel-good stuff. I sat beside Mariya on the sofa, stroking her hair as she calmed back down.
Just when I figured all of the men in this industry are scum, you had to show up. What are you thinking? If you enter this industry with ideals, you're just gonna get hurt.
I know. Maybe I'll eventually, did I say I or I? I don't know. Maybe I eventually got to thinking that you girls were merely assets, but hearing your story reminded me of something.
Oh? What's that?
The reason I entered the idol industry. In the end, we're all here because we were lonely and confused about life at one point. But then idols gave us hope. Maybe the hopes and dreams that idols are supposed to provide to the people could never be created if the people behind them don't believe in themselves. Maybe we all need to keep believing in those dreams if we're ever going to inspire others. I've decided I'm going to pursue those dreams myself. It doesn't matter if people laugh at me or if other producers make more money than me. As long as the idols I create reflect the things I believe in, I think I can live with that. No matter what happens in the end.
You really are something. You know, you're gonna end up disappointed if you keep thinking that.
It's a mad, mad world out there, producer. Even if I do, I won't give up. Call it a man's determination. Yeah, I get that. Mariya laid down on my lap. That must be why I've fallen in love with you. Damn that Kamijo. Damn the haters. Damn Quasar. None of them can make me quit. There's only one reason I would ever graduate, and that's so I can spend the rest of my days with you. Not as your idol, but as your love. Mariya. I leaned down and locked our lips together again. Our kisses became more passionate, and soon I was kissing her everywhere. It's the beginning of the episode, producer son, please. It's the beginning of the episode, please. It's the beginning of the episode, producer son, please. I worked my way down her beautiful slender neck and arrived at her luscious bosom. How I longed to bury my face here. It's alright. It's not like we've never done it before. Mariya. It's happening. It's the beginning of the episode. I guess you guys get something right in the beginning. Anyways, goddammit. I reached into her tank top and pulled her two massive breasts out. Two enormous mounds of glory spilled out. I buried my face into them and kissed them. Almost by instinct, I arrived at her teats and started sucking on them. It's the beginning of the episode, and I just woke up. I'm not prepared for this. I felt Mariya. Well, I'm just gonna turn on the voice, because, you know, if she... please don't make it a continuous moan. It's not the best to hear that constantly in my ear while I'm reading. Anyways, I felt Mariya put her hand on my head and stroke my hair. This is... I reached into her skirt. A wet spot on her panties was already spreading outwards. Sorry, I guess I haven't repaid you for that one time at the onsen. What are you saying? Are we really going to... It's alright if you don't want to. Are the girls still here? Is it nighttime? What time is it? Is it someone walks up? Anyways! Idiot, that's not what I mean here. Just be gentle, alright? I don't know. Yeah, I'll be careful. Oh boy, yep, this whole screen has to be blurred. Whole screen, oh, not necessarily, just an Asuka there, and then an Asuka back there. I don't know, actually. Anyways, I turned Mariya around on the couch. Well, I mean, I think each person has two sex scenes, so therefore, if this is the second one, therefore there won't be any more, right? Right? I mean, I don't know, man. I turned Mariya around on the couch and raised her bottom up. As I peeled off her panties, a string of juice broke against the fabric from her. I forgot that word needs to be linked now. Good, that must mean that she was already soaked in there. I marveled at the wonder... Yeah, before you weren't really talking about her butt, you were talking about Sasame's thighs, and now her butt's wondrous now, huh? Anyways, I marveled at her wondrous pair of cheeks as I pulled her skirt up. What are you... we're doing it like this? I pulled down my trousers and pulled out my already erect pinga! Mariya trembled as I put it against her entryway. Producers, are you putting it in? Hey! I soaked the tip in her juices and rubbed it against her. No, reading this so early in the morning, it doesn't feel quite right. Oh, god damn it! Her puffed up like a warm dough and her began to harden. I sucked my index finger in my mouth and continued massaging her with my fingers as I slowly began to work my into her. It's going in, isn't it? It's really going in. I steadied myself by grabbing her with both my hands after we were fully docked. Does it hurt too much? No, it's alright. Thankfully, I had heard that girls who stretched and worked out a lot generally had little to no pain on their first times. Oh boy, there it is. God damn it, no! I changed my mind! I don't want to hear it. No! Let me just, is it possible to not? Is it possible to... Thank you. It was going to be continuous, so I'm glad I changed my mind. Okay, so there is a way to stop it. God damn it. That was enough. A few was enough all we needed. Her two wide hip bones made perfect handlebars as I slowly began to push out of her. I exhaled as the entire length of my rod disappeared into her again, her puffy gait flaring with each pull. My bad.
Producer, how is it? Is it good?
Oh God, my voice, it's, like I said, I just woke up, so, I gave her a good rub. World class, Mariya, as expected of an idol. An idol's truly is on a whole other scale.
What are you saying, producer?
Hormones flooded my mind, filling me with the need to merge deeper with her. I quickened my pace, my hips stabbing against her. I don't know how I'm going to do these scenes. I've yet to release an episode with the motion, so... I don't know. Did I do that with negligee? If I did, then maybe I can think of something. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I don't know, man. Mariya's truly was the seventh wonder of the world. I grabbed onto them and kneeled, and kneaded them. Like, wait, kneaded? I've never seen that word. Maybe I have. Kneaded. K-N-E-A-D-E-D. Kneaded. I don't know. Them like two huge rolls of dough. The clapping of our two bodies quickened, as if cheering me to only go faster. Her insides clenched onto the base of my pinga as her fluid stripped down my thighs. I pulled myself in and out, running the tight ring of her entryway against the thick underside, where the top of my pinga emerged with the shaft.
I don't know how to make those noises. I'm feeling weird.
The back of her passageway constricted. Mariya gasped in erotic pleasure as I jammed myself in and split her back open. I pulled out, her insides clenching shut. Then I ran back in, dividing the hot, sloshing entrance in two. By now, her prior reservations had long been washed away by the need for more closeness. I ran my hands up her back and cupped her breast in my hands. Her tightened as if it was trying to burst my pinga. I pushed back, pushing the crushing walls apart and jamming myself deeper into her, so the deep thought I could never re-emerge again. The tip of my pinga inched the end of her passageway. I gasped and slowly edged deeper until I was completely enveloped in Mariya, and just Mariya. In this moment of creation, I longed to push myself deeper until I went back all the way into her. Oh. Have we even seen that word during one of these? I don't even know. Anyways, maybe. I don't remember. It's too early. Mariya! For some reason, when I said that, all I could think of was Shadow the Hedgehog. God damn it. Fucking hell, why did she have to have this name? Because I have the deep voice and I'm saying Mariya, all I can think of is Shadow. God damn it. Mariya could only gasp and moan indiscriminately as the two of us lost ourselves in our throes of joy. About to say the nani?
Just a bit more.
Oh God, I thrust, scratching the itch inside. Jesus Christ, these wording. This is some adult wording here. I still don't know how I'm gonna do these scenes. Like, am I just gonna... I'll just put, like, a black box. Like, the screen will be black, and I'll just put an image of the idol that's getting the doings, and it'll just slowly zoom in on the idol as this goes along. That's how this will work. That's perfect. Anyways, I thrusted, scratching the itch inside her. Suddenly, Mariya's stopped moving, as if it froze in time. Nani? No! Taking my cue, I pounded myself in our sweat-soaked bodies, applauding in the upcoming climax. Are the girls still here? What time is it? Is it late at night or is it just moments after they went downstairs? I mean, they're practicing and they have loud music on maybe, but at the same time, moans and clap, 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 clap of the fuckings. Ah! Someone could probably hear it. I don't know. Ah! Her collapsed down on my shaft as her momentous crescended over her. Producer son! She didn't even say son, but you know, it's just so natural to say that. Oh boy, soon Mariya. Soon. Oh! God damn it, soon Mariya. Soon. Oh, that was a line. I slapped her as my man cannon primed itself for immediate action. Mariya gasped, her hair covering her face in a wild mess. This was it. I felt my body charge up for its final attack. I jammed my guard into her flesh, bringing us closer than ever possible, and exploded my essence into her belly. I mean, we could probably do this, and this, and... Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's a lot that's censored. You good there, Mariya? Mariya's tightened once more as she came back to back, her flaring with each convulsion. I gasped with each blast blowing her up with white cream. Fireworks burst and crackled in my head as I parted with some of my own life force and marked Mariya with it forever. Finally, the deed ended, both of us panting in disbelief.
Was it alright, producer?
Yeah, of course. Better than alright, Mariya.
Thank goodness. Now I really won't be able to be an idol no more. But at least I'll still be with you, Mariya. It's alright. I won't regret this. This isn't too bad. A happy graduation into the arms of a man who loves you. Not quite how I thought I would go, but it makes me glad. I'm glad you were my producer, Mariya.
Well, at least we get a night sky now. Ah! The first... I don't even know what time it is. I have like... Okay, so it's been 27 minutes and we already got some fuck. God damn it. Later that night, I looked up to the heavens as I walked back home. A decision had to be made. Starnova faced a pivotal challenge. Quasar outmaneuvered us and now threatened to undo all of our hard work. Mariya just had to suffer for so long. This was her last chance to overcome her past and become number one. But with Shiro's graduation announcement, it was clear that we had lost our message. The Grand Prix was now about her final live rather than Mariya's comeback. If we announced that the Grand Prix was Mariya's final live appearance as well, it would be possible to fight Quasar on equal terms once more. However, Mariya still had dreams left to accomplish. I had promised to her that she would receive her shining, glorious graduation live on that destined Tokyo Dome stage in front of 100,000 adoring fans. If her story had ended at the Grand Prix, then I would have broken my promise to the one woman I loved. But if we lost now, then it would be the end of her story anyways. No, it wouldn't just be the end of Mariya's end. Starnova itself would be doomed. The dreams of each of the 7 girls who had banded together for their comeback would be shattered forever. This would decide everything. Oh no, why are you making me choose this? I'm gonna save right here. I mean, if I think about it, me myself, I think that having her graduate at the Grand Prix is a bad idea because it'll just look like we're copying Quasar. That's my idea, especially with all the bad shit that's come out now. Like, that's what I believe, but who knows, that might be the good answer. Because if anything has taught us, it's not good to go for big, but go for what makes everyone happy. Because when we chose to let Aki, well, that was kind of an obvious one. When we chose to let Aki do what she did on stage, then, like, fucking, she was going to die. That was obvious. But, the other options have been kind of obvious. This one is kind of, this one isn't as in-your-face obvious. Because my thoughts is they're just going to say we're copying and stuff, and then we're just going to fail even harder. But, on the other hand, this is the story, so anything could happen, and people will just go with it. But I don't know. But, you know, if we fail, we'll just come back, so... Usually the first option is the bad one, isn't it? Because Aki becoming and then going to check on... Do I have the load? Can I confirm this? Can I confirm this? Can I confirm this? Yeah, see, Mika might need some help was on top of that one. Better Stay with Julie was the second one. And for Aki, I'm pretty sure it was the top one as well. And then what about this one? What about this? What is this option? Tell Mariya what happened and deny anything. Yeah, see, I think the bad option is always the top one. But who knows? They can pull some shit right now and it's not. Because, I mean, even though she graduates and she gets to be with the producer, so happy time, so... Well, like I said, people might not take it so well. Let's go with the top. Let's see what happens. Bad things? Because if so, then that converts every top answer is just bad. To think this would be how Mariya's career would end. I thought we would be able to pull off a victory if we announced that the Grand Prix would be Mariya's final live as well. However, after Shiro's graduation announcement, we failed to hype up our fans. Mariya's graduation couldn't rally enough supporters to our cause. But to think we wouldn't be the runner-up in the Star Poll. I fucking knew it! Like I said, because they would just think we're copying, and then it wouldn't turn out as great as we did, but I didn't know we wouldn't even be a runner-up, but I knew it was gonna fail, I knew it, so all the top answers are bad. I'm sticking with that from now on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. In the end, we placed third. Quasar was once again crowned the champions, with Platinum Class voted the runner-up. We should have been happy to have ranked so high, but this wasn't of what any of us wanted, not at all. After all, Mariya had given up everything for this one chance to win.
Producer-san, let's not give up. Even though we might not have won this year, we still gained so many ranks. It's incredible how far we've come since last year.
However, the rest of the girls looked down at their shoes.
But Mariya's not going to be our center no more. This is the worst. I was afraid of this. We've got to move on. We lost this round, but we'll come back next year with the new center. A center who will lead Starnova to victory.
Aki-chan, how could you say that in front of Mariya?
Oh, I forgot her voice is still on. God damn it.
No, it's exactly as Aki-chan says. I'm sorry, everyone. In the end, I was just a screw-up. Mariya, I'm sorry it had to end this way.
With that, Mariya ran out of the office, tears running down her face.
Mariya, no, wait!
I ran out after her into the rainy streets outside. I saw Mariya standing in the rain.
Mariya! Don't come to me. I know this isn't the result we wanted, but it's not the end of the world either. We might have lost, but the sun still came up, didn't it? Easy for you to say, you're just a producer. You don't know what it's like to have to be on stage when everyone's snickering at you behind your back. I know everyone thought from the very beginning I was gonna mess up. I'm just a burned out, screw-up idol. I get it. I'm glad I'm through with being an idol. Because I hated it. I hated every moment of it. I wish I could go back in time and smack my 15-year-old self right on the head for thinking I could be an idol.
Mariya kicked a puddle in fury, sending a splash of water into the air. Mariya, there's no reason to despair. I'll still take care of you. It may not be as your producer, but with me from now, I'll make you happy, I promise.
Sorry, but no way a relationship between my ex-producer and a fuck-up like me would ever work out. No, Mariya! Shut up! I'm through with all this. I don't want to see any of your mugs ever again! Quasar or Starnova.
With that, Mariya stormed off into the distance, and this time I couldn't chase after her. After all, what more could I say? I had failed. If only I had done better. Then Mariya wouldn't have lost everything again. What had I done? What had I done? I looked on to the distance in horror, at a loss of what to do. Oh, no, that was supposed to happen? 2030, Jesus Christ, not me. Ah! The years blur. I thought that was just bad end. No, oh, no, this is Mariya. The years blurred together as if they flew by. Eventually, I became an overweight, faded woman entering her 40s. Oh! After my graduation from Starnova, I ended up falling back to my old vices in no time. I picked up smoking again and drank my troubles away. Living without a dam in the world, I ended up blowing all the money I had made in the center of Starnova in a flash. I don't even remember how it happened or who fathered them, but I ended up with a pair of brats in my 30s, without cash or the will to raise them. Distraught, I ended up working a sleazy hostess in a red light district to put food on the table. Every now and then I looked up to the sky and wondered how differently things would have turned out if I had stayed with my producer back then. Would we have been happy together? Probably not. After all, a screw-up like me would have just found a way to mess up that relationship too. A life living on in rags of society was the only fitting ending for someone like me. It was just another day at the hostess club, trying to fleece some cash from my wallet of rich, balding executives when he walked in. I stifled and gasped and hid behind a column. The years had withered his face, and some gray hairs begun to appear on his head, but it was unmistakably him, my producer. He had walked in, two beautiful young women at his side. Were they his idols? Of course they must be. After all, they were too fresh-looking to be his hired escorts. He began speaking to another man at his table, most likely trying to pull through a big business deal for his two talents. My hands trembled as I approached him with a tray bearing a bottle of champagne and some glasses. Hanako, huh? Welcome. My name is Hanako, and I'll be your hostess for tonight. Let me know if you need anything, sirs and madams. He looked at me puzzled, with a puzzled look on his face. Suddenly, a spark lighted in his eyes. You're Mariya, aren't you? He gasped as he grabbed my wrist. After all these years, to think I'd find you here. It must have been so difficult all these years. I tried looking for you everywhere. Sir. Reached into his coat pocket, no doubt to give me his contact information. I cleared my throat. I believe you must be mistaken. Like I said, my name is Hanako. I have no idea who this Mariya-san may be. He let out a disappointed sigh. I see. And I apologize for my brassness, miss. With that, he sat back down. I ran away to the back room as soon as I finished pouring them champagne, barely holding back my tears. I unscrewed a bottle of whiskey and took a swig. What good would it do if I was to reunite with him now? Now I really was just a hopeless good-for-nothing. All I would do is make his life more difficult. I wiped away my tears and plastered on my usual fake smile. This was just how the way things turned out. I poked my head out and gazed at him. The two girls beside him were so pretty. Did I look like that too all those years ago? I closed my eyes. I wasn't a pretty idol now, just a fat, ugly single mother of two hiding behind 5 layers of makeup and lipstick. Now I understood. We lived in 2 totally different worlds now. There was no way an ugly woman like me could ever approach his world.
There wasn't any hope left for me. Everything had just been a childish fantasy. My dream was over. Ah, boy. I can't let it end like this. Okay, I'm not going to announce Mariya's graduation. No, now is not the time to go back on my promises. So, from now on, don't pick the top options because they seem to be fucking bad. Anyways, we had to defeat Quasar without giving up on Mariya's dreams. That Kamijo might have been fine with Sakura. I knew my gut feeling was that it wasn't going to work out. I should have went with my gut feeling because I was like, you know, if we do this, people aren't going to care. They're going to think for Shiro because then they're going to just say, oh, they're just copy and try to get popular or shit like that. And look what happened. We got third. Anyways, that Kamijo might have been fine with sacrificing his queen to win the game, but I wasn't about to make the same move as him. I had to redouble my efforts and promote Starnova. Despite Golden Cap's negative publicity campaign, I knew there were still fans out there willing to support us. After all, we had managed to fill Budokan so easily. Alright, I wasn't going to give up. Oh boy. It's here. It's the fucking Grand Prix. Finally, the opening day of the Auto Grand Prix was upon us. Today we had a short promotional event to hype up our supporters. The real battle would come on August 18th, 3 days from now, on the final night of the festival. On that night, we would meet Quasar on the main stage and perform before all the attendees cast their ballots to decide who reigns supreme this year. The girls had been practicing around the clock, and summer music had already poured in tens of millions of yen to get the girls' television and radio appearances, as well as space on billboards across Tokyo leading up to this event. This was our decisive moment. I closed my eyes. There was no more I could do. All I could do was put my faith in the girls, put my faith in Mariya. The girls were gathered under our tent in preparation for the promotional event. Everyone, the Grand Prix's finally begun. After all we've been through, let's win this once and for all. Oh! Oh boy. After the event, Mariya heard her cell phone vibrate in her purse. She reached in and saw a text. Meet me under the writer statue. Shiro, now? Mariya peered at the statue and saw a woman in shades with a massive sun hat on her head. Aki-chan, I gotta go for a sec. Can you take care of things here? Yeah, but... Thanks, I'll be right back. Mariya walked over to the statue and waved at Shiro. What are you doing here? Wouldn't Kamijo be pissed if he found out you spoke with me? Actually, I sneaked out. Looks like we're finally here, Mariya. Yeah, looks like it. No matter what happens, let's give each other our best. Yeah, no hard feelings either way. After all, we're only professionals doing our jobs. Shiro smiled. Maybe it was for the best that you left Maybe it was for the best that you left Quasar. Now the two of us can finally dance on the same stage as equals. No more rankings or titles, just two girls fighting to accomplish their dreams. But you know, Mariya, I want you to know this. I can't let you win. I had a dream, you see. A dream to become an icon. Whenever a man dreamed of a woman, I wanted him to see my face in his imagination. Whenever a girl dreamed of what she could become, I wanted her to see my face in her imagination. Whenever a nation dreamed of all that was beautiful, desirable, respected, I wanted them to see me, this Okuda Shiro. That was my vision, you see. To become more than a singular woman, but an ideal, the very icon of feminine perfection. And I was willing to do anything to fulfill my vision, betray everyone who loved me, use people as pawns, lie, manipulate. Maybe deep inside all this time I knew that I was a pretender. But that's what you need to make it to the very top, to pretend to be a goddess until everyone else believed you. Then the lie becomes the truth, and you become enshrined forever and ever as not a woman, but a myth. Mariya, I'm afraid you're standing in my way. Oh, I didn't see her face change. Shiro. Once upon a time, I looked up to you. But now I look at you face to face, not as your Kohai, but as your rival. I was once nothing. I was once trash, stupid chain-smoking alcoholic. But right now, I'm looking at you and I know I'm greater. Regardless of how the vote turns out, regardless of who makes more money, becomes adored by the people, or is remembered the longest, I'll live on happy with everything I have done to this point. I love my friends, and I believe in people. I didn't lie, I didn't manipulate, I didn't betray. And if I sink into nothinghood for it, so be it. But I'll have lived knowing I gave it my all, that I fell into the night screaming and heaving for all that I believed in. Shiro, I'm not empty anymore, because I'm surrounded by the love of those around me. And this time I believe I will win. After all the losses, all the sacrifices, all the humiliation, we will finally emerge triumph over you, over Quasar. Foolishness! Your naivete will never win over us. We have outspent, outperformed, outcoordinated, outmaneuvered you. No, Shiro. You have already lost, because you gave up your one happiness for the sake of your pride. Mariya, so you truly have become great. Very well then. This is all well and good. Let us meet on the stage of the Grand Prix and finally find out who is stronger. Yeah, this time I'll be different. As will I. After all, this will be my final stage. I can't let my fans down after all. Until then, Center of Starnova, bring out your best, Center of Quasar. With that, the two former friends went their separate directions. Mariya had once respected the great Shiro, but now she was no longer afraid of her. For she knew Shiro was but an empty husk, devoid of hope. She had left her ambitions consume her flesh, and she had become dead inside, but a calculating, emotionless automaton. Mariya knew best what that felt like. After all, she had felt the same way until recently. Everyone, I'm going to win this for Starnova! You got this, my girl. I believe in you. I believe in you. At last, the moment had come. The final hours of the Idol Grand Prix were upon us. The girls stood backstage waiting for their moment. We were going to be the last performance of the night, before the ballots for the straw poll were collected. Quasar's Live would immediately be before us. Already 2 massive audiences had gathered before the main stage. Our armies were gathered, our girls assembled, and now the two sides would meet in battle. The stage speakers boomed. The moment of Quasar's arrival had come. Are you ready? The girls of Starnova looked on anxiously. What did Quasar have in store for them? Quasar was still the most well-funded and most competitive idol group in the nation. They would surely be on the ready to dish out everything they had tonight. I stood backstage as well, about to observe Quasar's performance on my stage monitor. Unexpectedly, I felt a black presence behind me. Kamijo? Yeah. We meet again, Starnova's producer-san. Kamijo-san. Quite a racket you've stirred up, no? I would say the same for you. This is, after all, your center's graduation live. Funny, I don't ever recall an idol graduating as part of their Grand Prix appearance. The unexpected must happen every now and then, else the audience will grow bored of the predictabilities of this medium. Shiro's voice boomed throughout the venue. It was beginning. Everyone, it has come! My Ascension Live! Shiro marched onto the stage bearing flagstaff bearing Quasar's insignia. Behind her were the 4 other front row members of Quasar. This is our night! Oni-chans, look at only us. Our performance shall be flawless. It's your one love, your one hope. Quasar! All the stage lights turned on, the pillars of flame shot from the front of the stage.
The audience gasped in awe as the 7 members of the second row suddenly flew in from the heavens themselves as the first notes of Quasar's main song boomed from the speakers. Stunned elation shook Odaiba as the 7 girls soared high above the crowd, suspended on invisible ropes attached to construction cranes. Well, out of nowhere, 9 platforms emerged throughout the audience pit, raising the 9 remaining third-row girls above the 9 islands scattered in the sea of 1,000 men and women gathered to cheer on their goddesses. They danced directly, intermixed among the audience. No matter where the fans stood, every single one of them was going to receive a front-row performance of Quasar. This was completely unexpected. Oh boy. Golden Calf truly spared no expense to win this Grand Prix. Kamidro smirked at me. How is it, Producer-san? Truly, this is what you can call an idol experience. My heart was pounding. I had once again failed to expect this level of commitment to winning. Not that it mattered. There was simply no way we could have afforded a performance of this caliber. No matter how hard we worked, renting so many construction cranes and elevating platforms on top of the training necessary to condition the girls to be able to perform under such extreme conditions was just flat out impossible for Shining Productions. I clenched my fists. I don't have the comedian with me today. It's not deep enough. I guess that's good. I don't know. What's the matter, Producer-san? Where's your resolve now? Kimicho! You have outspent us, but our girls still have heart! I just saw a swirly boy. No, it's still recording. Not to say, I just saw a swirly boy. I'm a little bit scared. But anyways. Once they arrive on stage, I'm sure the fans will be sure to show them their love. Oh. Only a fool relies upon the goodwill of the fans. These are the same fans who will turn on your girls at the drop of a unconfirmed rumor. But a blurry photograph is all needed to convince them to rend their beloved idol to bloody pieces. It is not commitment or love the fans seek, but worship of the human spectacle. Kimicho. My body quivered with revulsion, but I knew I was powerless here. This battle wasn't going to be decided by me. It was all up to the girls now. Mariya and the others would have to pull off a miraculous comeback. Da, 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 da. I can't lie, that beat is nice. Da, da. Anyways, at the guitar solo, the third row girls stepped off their platforms and ran along a barricaded path to the stage. As they ran through the audience, they high-fived the hand of every adoring fan they met along the way. Men sobbed and crumbled to the ground to howl in erotic euphoria as their idol Dane touched their unworthy hand. I mean, not looking at the little one, but the Quasar girls are pretty thick. Look at them booties. Anyways, don't look at the little one. If you do, I'm calling the fucking police. Anyways, 'cause that one is a fucking lolly. That one is a lolly. So I'm calling the goddamn police if you're looking at that one. Yeah, wait, no, I didn't read that. As the 9 third row girls returned, the 7 second row girls glided back to the stage as well. They landed gracefully and disconnected their cables. In perfect unison, the 21 girls of Quasar assembled together and resumed dancing and singing as one body as soon as the guitar solo ended. The girls of Starnova stared, their jaws agape at the incredible spectacle.
What in tarnation? Those girls were swinging through the air like all fairy-like. Holy shit, our performance doesn't have any of that. Oh, this is bad. We're gonna look boring as hell compared to this. Have we been defeated already? We haven't even gone on stage yet, but...
Everyone calm down! We all knew Quasar was going to outspend us. Let's form up, everyone. It's almost our time. You girls got this, in a sense. Like, just do you. Don't worry about them bums. They had to use cheap tricks to win. We're gonna use natural skill. Anyways, the girls huddled together into a ring, as was tradition before every one of their lives. I know Quasar's full power. We're outnumbered and outgunned. But we have something they lack. It's love. Love? I've come to realize something after my time in Starnova. When I was in Quasar, everyone only cared about getting ahead. It was kill or be killed. There wasn't any room for their... There wasn't any room there for... I don't know why I kept saying it the other way. I think I kept saying there wasn't any room for sisterhood. That's what I wanted to say, but it's the other way. There isn't any room there for sisterhood or trust. But in Starnova, I've come to love each and every one of you. You're all my most trusted sisters. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing me the honor of being your center on this momentous occasion.
I once thought you didn't have what it took to be the center, Mariya. But I was wrong. This is a victory only you can bring us right now. This war with Quasar, it's your story. It's your trial. This Kashiwagi Aki will dance by your side until the very end, so I'm proud to accept you as the One-san I never had.
Aki-chan's right. Mariya, had it not been for you, who knows what would have happened to me? Despite all you suffered in the past, you led me on this crazy, messed up world. So let me repay my debt here. I'll dance by One-san's side as well, until the very end. No, until we've won, because we're definitely going to be Quasar tonight.
Upon hearing the rallying cries of their top 3 talents, confidence returned to the rest of the girls as well. What was I thinking? Of course we're going to topple those Quasar hoes. They're such big bitches that they make me look like a virginal again. Oh. Come on, ladies. Let's look cool.
Natan's all ready. Quasar not less win this. This one stands at the ready as well. No matter the strength of the enemy, the black song must echo eternal, for that is my way, the way of the black opera.
Nemo Nemo shall keep shining. After all, One-san is not the only one here with bounce.
Oh. I mean, you're right, but... everyone. Even when a star dies, it's only reborn in a brilliant flash. Got tongue-tied there for a second. That's who we are. This will be our greatest comeback story of all time. Shining brighter than everyone else. A light to turn night into day. We are Starnova! Oh boy. The girls stamped their feet. Just then, Quasar's performance came to an end. Pillars of flames belched out from the stage, followed by a nebula of confetti exploding from their skies. The crowd went ballistic and lit into a grand sea of blue glow sticks. However, the girls were no longer deterred by the might of the enemy before them. Regardless of who they faced, they would march forward fearlessly as one. I clasped my hands together in prayer. Everyone, do your best! Oh boy, the stage lights went out as the Quasar girls went out the stage for Starnova's turn. Our fans were assembled at the front, their arms crossed, their eyes closed, waiting for the arrival of their girls. Mariya's voice echoed throughout the venue.
Everyone, it begins now!
The lights activated, revealing the 7 girls. Against the 21 members of Quasar that had filled the stage moments ago, they appeared small against the sea of audience members before them. But they smiled flawlessly nonetheless.
This is it. Everyone, do your best!
My girls, you've got this! Wait. With this, Sasami is the center. Hey now! I mean, I have no problem with that, but they could have changed it for Mariya. Anyways, the roar of our men vibrated their hearts as the girls danced before the luminescent ocean of glow sticks. Their around-the-clock practice sessions had paid off, and the girls spun and moved not as 7, but as 1. Natan did not rush ahead of the others like usual. Mika's face betrayed not a sliver of fear. Nemu kept smiling like she was on cloud 9. Julie's golden hair fluttered about as she spun. Aki kept to her position and made no attempts to steal the stage. And Sasami carried on, an enormous grin on her face. Everyone, without a doubt, this would be their greatest performance yet. But would it be enough to topple the mighty Quasar? Backstage, I looked on through the monitor. A rousing performance. Looks like you've done your due diligence, Producer-san. But will it take more than this to impress Tokyo? While we may lack in spectacle, the girls is more than makeup and heart. Being an idol is more than just fancy special effects. An idol must inspire the people. Coming from nowhere to defeat the monolithic empire, it's a story as old as time. One that has resonated in all of our hearts ever since we were knocked down by the first bully in our childhoods. Amusing. Whatever story the people may lap up tomorrow, know that they are all written by the man at the top. But who shall that man be? You or me? I couldn't show weakness in front of Kamijo now, not when the girls were all out there giving it their all. The instrumental solo arrived. Mariya took the microphone and chanted to the front row.
Everyone, thank you very much!
The crowd chanted along.
It's been an incredible ride these years. I didn't regret it. I don't regret anything. This will be it. Our greatest moment.
Mariya ran back to where Sasami and Natan were waiting for her. Her chest must have been burning and her legs on the verge of collapse, but Mariya felt lighter as a feather. The cheers of her fans echoed in her head. Nothing hurt anymore. Nothing was going to hold her back. This is it. Sasami and Natan intertwined their fingers and lowered their hands, forming a stepladder shoulder for Mariya.
Are you ready? Yeah! Let's go!
I widened my eyes, the roaring music drowned out by the drumming in my heart and temples. Mariya leapt onto their hands and jumped directly onto Sasami and Natan's shoulders. The two of them grabbed onto Mariya's legs, balancing her on top of them like a human pyramid. Right on cue, timed explosions burst out a cloud of confetti toward the audience. Mariya resumed singing at the song's crescendo on top of Sasami and Natan, her arms outstretched to the heavens.
Yeah!
I pumped my fist in successful performance of the stunt.
Mariya! Incredible! Mariya!
Oh god, the crowd erupted in wonder. A wave of glow sticks jumped to the sky. Mariya waved to the audience before Sasami and Natan kneeled and let her step off to the ground.
This is it.
We've given it all!
If Tokyo doesn't recognize us here, but they have to. They have to see us. That was our craziest live yet! All of our power were on display.
But will it be enough?
My 7 stars gathered and lined up in formation as the final note of our song echoed into the night. They raised their arms to the heavens in triumph, their hands interwoven before bowing to the thousands who had come to support them.
Thank you very much!
Thank you very much! The girls closed their eyes, their chests heaving, sweat dripping down their faces onto the stage as the thunderous applause washed over them. Nova! 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 Nova!
Nova! Nova! Nova! Nova! Nova! Nova!
A sea of light as vast as the heavens chanted before them, a testament to what they had accomplished. But their trial was not yet over. Both sides of this war had fired off their best shots. Both armies had rallied their maiden's cause. Now, all we could do was wait. Wait for the unveiling of the winner. The time of the Idol Grand Prix straw poll had arrived.
Oh shit!
I smiled at the girls back at our tents when they returned after the live. Everyone, that was absolutely perfect. Without question, our best performance yet.
But will it be enough?
Quasar's live was amazing in every possible way, too.
Mariya was bent over on the table, clutching her hip. All you all right? All you all right? Do you mean are you all right? Because all you all right mean you're speaking to everyone, but then you say Mariya. Whatever. All you all right, Mariya?
Yeah, just a little winded from the live.
She took a few puffs from an oxygen canister and shook her off her pain.
We did our best. Now, it's time for the fans to decide who's the best, no matter the results.
No matter. Oh, was that me or her? Yeah, that was me. I'm proud of you, Mariya. I'm proud of each and every one of you. No matter what the people out there decide, in my mind, you girls are all the winners. We might not have been able to afford a live like Quasar's, but your emotions definitely came through to the audience. I could even feel them through my monitor.
Heh. What's this? Why are you delivering a consolation speech like we've already lost?
You're right. Everyone, I'm sure we've won. I'm sure we're going to be the #1. Let's go and see it for ourselves what the people have decided. I don't like the music. The music says no.
Yeah!
The music says no. Yeah, the music says no. Ah! I marched over to the straw poll tent with the 7 girls of Starnova behind me. From the other direction, Kimijo marched toward us with the 21 girls of Quasar behind him. We had done our best. Now it was too late to look back and second guess what we should or should not have done. All we could do was open our eyes to the results and hope for the best. Good evening to you, people of Starnova. Same to you, people of Quasar. Doubtlessly, we are all anxious to learn who the people have chosen to back on this historic occasion. Kimijo turned to the event staffer in charge of counting the straw poll ballots. I see. With 1 hour remaining, it appears Quasar leads Starnova by 128 ballots. Quite a narrow lead, no? The closest we've ever come to losing our title. But as long as we are but a single ballot over, the night will be decided in our favor. Let us wait, the two of us, and see who is the superior producer. With that, Kimijo and I stood, planted face to face under the tent where the ballots were being collected. Sweat dripped down my face as more attendees dropped off their ballots. Yet another ballot for Quasar. A ballot for us, more ballots for Quasar, a batch of ballots for Starnova. With half an hour remaining, we were behind Quasar by just 190 ballots. Just a tiny bit more was all we needed. The girls were knelt on the grass behind me, their eyes squeezed shut in prayer. Mika rubbed their palms together, her arms raised to the heavens while rubbing her nose to the dirt, calling for divine intervention. God damn it. Even our self-assured drill sergeant Lolly was bracing herself against the tent pole, her eyes trembling with terror. Sasami held onto Mariya's hand, looking moments from fainting. Oh, look at this. 10 more ballots for Quasar. Kimijo sneered as Quasar's extended its lead to 200 ballots. Just 20 minutes remaining until the results had to be decided. We still had a chance. Considering the number of attendees here, a lead of 200 ballots was essentially a statistical tie. If just 0.01% of the attendees showed up with Starnova ballots, we could turn this around in an instant. Suddenly, I heard a noise. Oi! Don't announce the results yet! What? My jaw dropped as an enormous crowd of our fans stormed toward the tent. I'm sorry we're late! This is all the people we could gather! Kyosuke arrived with the tent bearing an armful of Starnova ballots. I sighed in relief. Would this be enough to turn the tables on Quasar? The staff members began to count the new ballots. My heart began to give out from anxiety. 200 ballots here, all for us! Oh. A tie! Kimijo pushed up his glasses. We both looked out into the audience that had gathered around the tent. Nobody else had more ballots for either camp. Was the competition decided? Would everything in the end be an unbelievable tie? Does anyone out there have Quasar ballots? None of the members of the crowd responded. Everyone had already cast their votes. Anyone with Starnova ballots? Kyosuke and the gang gulped as they had already routed up every single Starnova supporter they could find. Shit. To think everything would end up like this. Never before in the entire history of the Auto Grand Prix had there been a tie in the straw poll. This was an entirely unprecedented situation. Suddenly Kimijo broke into laughter. You! What do the rules say about who is eligible to vote? Oh. He turned to the Grand Prix staff members with a deadly look on his face. Aside from prohibition on anyone employed by the participation campaign and their sponsors from voting, the straw poll is open to anyone present at the Grand Prix. I'm afraid I win yet again, producer-san. What? Shiro, as of this moment, you have been graduated from Quasar. Meaning you are no longer employed. Ah, that's fucking dirty! Ah, you bitch! Oh, God, that's so dirty. Meaning you are no longer an employee of Golden Calf. Kimijo handed Shiro a ballot. Watch Shiro vote for Starnova. If she does, I'ma fucking laugh. Kimijo-sama, now deliver us this final victory. He's willing to sacrifice you. You should vote for Starnova, Shiro. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, and live on forever as the center who brought Quasar to its glorious eternal triumph against the fools who dared stand against us. For the first time, Shiro's hands trembled. Shiro? You can't win like this! Breaking the tie like this would be completely unprecedented. It would be a betrayal to everyone who voted today. You'd seriously go that far, all to win? Shiro closed her eyes. After a moment of contemplation, she came to a decision. I'm sorry, Mariya, but I'm afraid I am such a shallow woman. Everything in my life was done for the sake of winning. Every betrayal, every lie. And now that I've come this far and finally reached the end of my time as an idol, I didn't do all that to come in second place. Shiro smiled, wiping every last trace of hesitation from her face. She opened her ballot and checked off the vote for Quasar. Shiro!
No way.
We lost? Like this? Oh, shit! I forgot about Miss Yandere over here!
Shit, fuck, god damn it! Let me at him! This is all messed up, y'all. There's no way a vote from Quasar's former center should count.
She's right. That's kind of unfair. Kimijo, this is unfair to everyone! Huh. The weak complain while the clever prevail. Shiro, submit your ballot and end this. Understood. To think we would lose in such an absurd manner. Winning by a twist of the rules. This was an unbelievable betrayal of everything Idol stood for. I had to do something. I couldn't let the girls down here. But before I could act, a voice cut through the tense atmosphere. She returns! She returns! Kana's here! Shiro! Shiro's body froze, her eyes wide with horror. She returns! Oh, Kana's back! Oh, shit! From the crowd gathered around the straw pole tent, a woman emerged. This was Kiara Kana, the former center of Quasar. For years, she had vanished from the public view. I thought she was dead. To think she would appear here at this pivotal juncture. Is this really what you want? After all you've lost all these years, is this really how you want to exit the idol world? You told me all those years ago, didn't you, that you wanted to be remembered as the greatest idol that had ever lived? Is this really going to accomplish that? Shiro, you're a liar. All this time, you've been trying to take responsibility by leading Quasar. You saw how much your sisters were suffering to keep Quasar at the top, and you chose to give everything up for everyone's sakes. But you don't need to atone anymore. You don't need to sacrifice anymore for everyone else. You're not the center of Quasar anymore. You're just Shiro Okuda. Now you can finally make yourself happy. Shiro turned around and looked at each of one of her sisters. 20 faces. 20 girls who had sacrificed their goodhoods. 20 girls who had signed a contract with the devil himself. 20 girls who had lost everything, all for the shot at becoming a part of the greatest idol unit on the planet. I wanted all of your sacrifices to be worth it. I gave up my soul, gave up my body, so that Quasar, our beloved Quasar, would be victorious, eternal. But now, my time is ended. The name Okuda Shiro will fade. Tears ran down the faces of all 21 members of Quasar. My time with you was filled with trials and indescribable, but it was the time of my life, and now I'm finally free to do as I wish. I, Shiro Okuda, bid all of you farewell. With that, Shiro held up her ballot before everyone gathered around her that night, tore it in two pieces. Ha! Ha! With an unrelenting wail, Shiro crumpled all of the years of pent-up suffering and misery, finally overflowed from her body and spilled out.
Shiro.
Kana walked over to Mariya.
Mariya, you've grown so much since we first met. I never got to know you that well, but I want you, to have this. Best wishes for your future.
Kana handed Mariya. Oh, my girl came through with the save! Kana handed Mariya her ballot for Starnova before kneeling down next to Shiro.
Shiro, you don't have to cry anymore. It's over now. Everything's over now.
Mariya delivered the final ballot of the night to the tent. And so the final night of the Idol Grand Prix came to a close. By a single vote, Starnova emerged victorious. Ah, hell yeah. Alright! The crowd erupted into applause. Nova! 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 You! Himijo stormed over to where Shiro had managed to stand up with Kata and spat out his anger at his former center. I swear by the time I'm through with you, you will never be able to show your face in the entertainment sector ever again! Shiro wiped off her tears. For years she had been Kamijo's obedient dog, however, she had no reason to fear him any longer.
That shouldn't be a problem. I believe I am overdue for a vacation in any matter.
Shiro chuckled despite her face being soaked with tears.
Everyone, it has been my pleasure, but now, I leave Quasar to the next generation.
And with that, Shiro and Kana faded into the crowd. I made a mental note. Himijo might think he was all-powerful, but I already knew that for a fact that he had made enemies of countless other powerful figures in this industry. It wouldn't be hard at all to arrange something for Shiro and Kana after all of this died down. After all, I think I owed them that much for this victory. And for you, Producer-san! You may have won this year, but there is no way Mariya will be back for the next Grand Prix. Let us meet then, and see who is victorious! Quasars! Himijo stormed off, towing the 21 remaining members of his unit behind him.
The man's pissed now. But I'm kinda glad things turned out this way. We'll just kick their asses next year. After all, that's when I'll be the center.
With that, Quasar performed a tactical retreat, no doubt planning to lick their wounds and come back for revenge. Starnova certainly did have quite a rival, but having proven Quasar's mortality, now I wasn't afraid of what was to come. With a huge grin on my face, I turned to face my 7 stars. Everyone, we won! By just one miraculous vote, we won!
We won! Finally, we won! We did it! Finally, I'm a somebody! It was all worth it!
One-sama!
You sure led us to the top, One-sama. Yahoo! One-sama! One-sama. It was an honor, One-sama. I knew you could do it, One-sama. Everyone, I love you all. From rock bottom, we became #1.
Nova! 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 Aren't you guys forgetting something?
Huh?
The closing ceremony. You've got to get to the main stage now. Everyone's waiting for you. This year's grand champions.
Oh, holy, you're right! We gotta get ready! Come on, everyone! Let's go! Yo! The chaos just never ends.
This is just how Starnova is.
It just can't be helped, huh? But perhaps these feelings are the secret of our success.
Oh boy, we did it, guys. With that, I chased after the 7 girls of Starnova as they scrambled back to the main stage. The fans surrounding us took chase as well. We ran through Odaiba, a massive herd of Novas. Who would have ever believed that the lowest ranked member of Starnova, who was unceremoniously stacked in her Twilight Idol years, could have made such a massive comeback and shoot to the apex of the entertainment industry? Who would have ever believed that the greatest idol group in the nation could be defeated by a band of 7 friends united in their desire to become shining idols? And who knew how their story would continue from here? From now, I was proud to be their producer. I was proud to have been by Mariya's side as she overcame the failures of her past and forged a new, bright future. However great her failures had been, she kept going. The only true failure was to have stopped trying at all. No matter how much the other girls laughed, mocked, and ridiculed, the mission of an idol was to keep smiling. No, not just an idol. Maybe there was a lesson in here for all of us. I looked up to the starry night. No matter what happened, we all had to keep trying again, just like Mariya. Only then we could claim to truly live. I wasn't going to quit either. We may have won this year, but our road was only going to get tougher from here. Come what may, this idol producer was going to keep fighting too. We did it. Hooray! Yay! Happy. Now we're gonna have like an hour-long ending again. Not like a short ending like Mariya's was, but an hour-long ending. I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna see. I'm trying to imagine. I'm pretty sure everyone had 2 sex scenes, so I'm trying to think if there's gonna be any more. Well, no, there was 3, wasn't there? Was there 3? Was there 3? I don't think so. I think Julie had technically 3 because she had the spanking, which I will never forget still. That ass though. The spanking, there was the fucking the sex at the new house thing, and then there was like the one for Christmas. So there is, and for Aki it was the first time. And then there's the second time. That one, she only had 2. I don't know. I just hope there's no more. Oh, baby! Look at that! I mean, you can't look at that. That's all blurred. But it's Shiro and Kana again. Scrumptious. Anyways, god damn it. Fucking hell. This has been a wild ride. Oh, Jesus. Is there a way to... Oh, yeah, we can skip through the... Can I just, No, skip won't work, but I can click through it. Oh, no. Oh, no! I gotta go through it again! But we all know it's going to be like all the... Oh, I gotta blur that again. Then the live. Yeah, then we're here. September 28th. Now we're at the Tokyo Dome. Oh, boy. Following our triumphant victory at the Idol Grand Prix, Starnova's popularity only grew further. The seasons changed and the leaves turned red. And, at last, the time for Mariya's graduation finally arrived. I think I broke it. I think the game is still playing the... Let me just do this. Let me go back to the main menu. I think I broke it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Or maybe... Maybe this is just supposed to play. I don't know. Thanks to everyone's continued hard work, we managed to fulfill Mariya's greatest dream. All 100... And I looked in the bonus, and there seems to be quite a few CGs left for Mariya, so there's probably going to be sex. Anyways, all 100,000 tickets for Mariya's farewell live at the Tokyo Dome had sold out. Oh, look at her! She's so beautiful! I watched from the balcony as Mariya emerged from behind the curtain, wrapped in a stunning white bridal dress. She slowly walked out, her face filled with wonder, and waved at the 100,000 adoring fans gathered before her. For her entire life, she had dreamed of this wondrous grand stage. Upon finally standing upon it, in reality, I could only wonder if it was as beautiful as she had imagined it as a child. Judging from the tears running down her eyes, I got the feeling. Everything was as dreamed. Mariya slipped across the stage to the walkway leading to the center of the dome. She raised her hands skyward and gave her fans one last song. Oh, this is more credits. Oh, damn. Yeah, now that's the end of the credits. There we go. Adulation filled the dome as Mariya's final song came to an end. Mariya! 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 Everyone, what a journey. I've been an idol for over a decade now. I was just 15 years old when I decided to become part of this world. Back then, it was this very stage, this very Tokyo Dome Live, was the dream I wanted to fulfill. But I soon realized that dreams don't get fulfilled so easily. Maybe a part of growing up is realizing that we aren't the main characters of our own stories, but maybe a part of girlhood is realizing we aren't meant to accomplish our dreams. There were many trials, there were failures. Maybe everything on this road to the Tokyo Dome was a series of screw-ups and accidents. But today I stand before you all at this nation's greatest venue. I want to say, don't give up! Even if someone like me, just a nobody who has done nothing but screw up her whole life, can keep going and end up standing here before you as a star idol, then all of you can accomplish your dreams as well. Maybe that's why people believe in idols. Even though the name Yamamoto Mariya may fade from the people's memories, our story will live on eternal. The story of a weak girl struggling to become great will be repeated again and again until it becomes a part of our shared consciousness. In the end, I realize idols exist to inspire hope in the people. Hope that a brighter days exist tomorrow. Hope that despite the villains who live in this crazy messed up world, that another path of hard work and friendships remain open for anyone willing to take it. Everyone was it was an amazing journey. But now, tears glittered in Mariya's eyes. The time for us to say goodbye has come. I've done it. I've accomplished everything I came here to do. Now the time for me to pass on my mantle has come. The stage lights activated, revealing the 6 other girls of Starnova behind Mariya. Mariya turned around to face her teammates. Everyone, thank you very much. I had the time of my life. Thank you very much, Mariya. The time had come. Mariya removed her tiara from her head. Her reign had been short, but Mariya knew that the kingdom needed a new queen who would lead Starnova to their next golden age. Just as every girl had one day became a woman, every princess had to become a queen. Yeah, I knew Aki would get it. Aki knelt as Mariya placed the tiara on her head. I've done my best, and got us this far. Now I leave the rest to you, my friend.
Understood. I'll do my best.
The two of them stood face to face. Stood to face the audience. 5 girls of Starnova standing behind them. One star fades from the cosmos, but another will now shine greater than the others. I present to you the new center of Starnova, Kashiwagi Aki. Hundreds of thousand voices strifed their tears and cheered for their new queen. One era had ended and another had begun. Mariya! Aki! Mariya gave Aki a final embrace before walking off the stage. Finally, she disappeared into the shadows.
Everyone! Mariya might have left, but the rest of us will keep on going. Please continue to support Starnova from now on.
Aki gulped out her tears and put on a strong face as she bowed before the new people. But behind her, tears were streaming down the faces of each of the girls. They had lost their beloved One-sama, their leader. Despite all the jabs they had given her over the years, they never knew how much Mariya had carried the team until now. Indeed, the crushing weight of what was before them felt even greater than what they had felt at the Grand Prix. Aki swallowed her doubts and grinned. Whatever happened from now on, she had to be the one to lead the others now. Mariya wasn't going to be around anymore. Now her time had come. Just like her predecessor, she wasn't going to give up either. Oh boy. September 29th, 2018. Still 2018 though. And yet the next day. Hey, what are you girls doing? You gotta lift up your arms more for this part. Come on, like this. Mariya flapped her arms around in front of the girls energetically, looking not a day older after graduating from the team. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one day without me and it's already come to this. Well, don't worry. I'll whip you girls into shape again. And it'll be like nothing's changed.
Gah. What's the meaning of this? Why is Mariya still in charge of the team?
I'm glad things turned out like this.
Mariya's still gonna be our general manager. Yay! I should have known this would have ended up happening. I walked through the door just in time to catch the girls on break. Good news, everyone. I finalized all the papers. Looks like Mariya will be staying at Shining Productions as our second producer. Of course, that means she'll retain her old job as Starnova's general manager as well. Even though she's not an idol anymore, be sure to heed your senpai's guidance. She's the one who led you all to the top after all. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty glad that Mariya's staying here at Shining. Almost thought that she'd be gone for good when she disappeared off that stage.
As expected of our producer-san, I knew he'd be able to keep everyone happy.
Are you sure it's not just because nobody else wanted to hire One-sama? Oi, what are you saying? Pardon me, but I'm a pretty big name now, you know. I'll have you know I turned down 3 other job offers for this position. Alright, I hear you. Then I'll be in your care once more, One-sama.
Just when I finally became the center.
Aki's twin tails vibrated with agitation, her hair sticking up like 2 spiked clubs dangling from her head.
Looks like the Red Imp's plan for world domination has been thwarted yet again.
As expected, a Black Knight protecting the world from the perils of the Red Imp without failure. Oh, but that's not all. The whole reason why we need to hire Mariya as a second producer is because Starnova will be gaining new members. Nani?
Ah?
Yeah, now that Mariya's graduating, we had an empty spot to fill, and I thought, why stop at 7? After all, Quasar has 21 members, right? I want to go to next year's Grand Prix with at least 9 members. I know that Starnova can be much greater. I see. At the very least, we must begin talent search to fill Mariya's empty seat. You guys will have been Starnova's first generation, but soon you will have Kohai in the second generation. When they arrive, be sure to take good care of them, okay? Okay.
This sure is exciting, huh? New members. I hope we'll all get along.
Of course we're going to be expanding. After all, it's only natural we'll need new blood. It's only a matter of time until the rest of you grannies retire too. Then it'll just be me, Gachiwagi Aki, the sole remaining member of the first generation, surrounded by my adoring Kohai from the second generation.
I can't believe this shit lolly's our center now. I wonder if we're going to be alright. Oh yeah, she's good. She led you all to a marvelous victory as well. She's good. I'm like, you, Julie! Damn it! You started off like a bitch! Now that I'm the center, things are gonna completely change around here. After all, winning the Grand Prix by 1 measly vote was way too close, you know. Pretty much just dumb luck. We can't afford to lose now. Not only is Quasar going to redouble their efforts, but Platinum Class is right behind us and looking to become number 1 too. We'll be practicing around the clock from now, you hear? Around the clock! Her twin tails flailed about as Aki stomped her feet and shook her fist in the air. And yet, despite everything she had said, Aki was the happiest out of all the girls to see Mariya back. And so, after tumultuous year, semblance of normalcy began to return to Shining Productions. Despite everything that had happened, nothing much had ended up changing. As usual, each of the girls continued their antics, the same as before. Somehow, I got the feeling that even when Starnova expanded, its members, everything would go on as usual. Back at... no. No! Yep. Knew it. I knew it. I was like, maybe with these CGs there won't be another sex, but no, there's more. Well, of course, some things did change with the times. And now that she wasn't an idol anymore, Mariya ended up moving into my apartment.
Honestly, the both of us couldn't wait to finally be more open about our relationship. Of course, we weren't planning to announce it to the public until the public's attention had moved on, but we didn't have to be scared about paparazzi tailing us on dates or anything anymore. Mariya sat down next to me on the couch. What are you watching? Looks like Shiro-san turned out pretty well. On television, Shiro was on the set of what was formerly called Tanaka's Golden Hour. That's what Mariya went to when, I think, Aki became... I don't remember if it was Aki. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Aki. Yeah, but anyways, except now, it was called Shiro-chan's Golden Hour. Apparently, after Old Man Tanaka's retirement, the show's runners decided to hire her to host the show. As expected of Quasar's former center, she had no problem finding a new job even without my help. Ah, her. She's a tough woman to take down, alright, but taking over Old Man Tanaka's job, I wonder if it'll be alright. She's got some big shoes to fill. Well, you know, Tanaka-san's originally started hosting the show in his 20s as well. It's a respected talk show that's been going on for 50 years. I'm sure Shiro will be a regular fixture to the entertainment business for a long time. To this day, I didn't fully understand Shiro's motivations for her actions while in Quasar. I don't either. She did some funky stuff. I mean, had she truly been the puppet master behind the scenes, slyly manipulating events and people, all for the sake of making herself the greatest idol on the planet? Was she the unsung heroine who gave up her happiness all for the sake of leading the girls of Quasar to their greatest age? Or maybe she was just an unwilling woman. Why am I yawning so much? Swept up in the forces beyond her control, who was merely doing whatever seemed best under the circumstances. Whatever her story was, she had already accomplished great things and seemed unwilling to step down from the public spotlight anytime soon. No doubt the people would be seeing Okuda Shiro a lot from now on. On the other hand, Mariya ended up retiring from public life and worked behind the scenes. Hey Mariya. Yeah? You know, you could still be famous. Your time as an idol might be over, but you're still got a lifetime left to be an entertainer. So why'd you end up becoming a producer? Honestly, I got a bit tired of being a celebrity, always being scared of what other people were saying about me, and always having to look over my shoulder to check if I was being stalked by paparazzi. Besides, I want to spend more time with you, you know? Now, we can make something special together, just the two of us, a baby? Oi, what were you thinking just now? A baby? I mean, Starnova, we'll be building our idol group together from now. I can't believe you. Oh, so that's what you meant. What's that sad look for? I just can't be helped, huh? I guess, and guess what? I've got a special surprise for producers on. Surprise? Oh, boy. I was hoping we'd just end, but nope, more sex. Hang on just a minute. We hop off the sofa and disappeared into the bedroom. Oh boy. Oh boy. A moment later, she re-emerged in her stage uniform. Ta-da! Look what I managed to get my hands on, my old stage uniform. Being a producer really does have its perks. Mariya. A little something I had up my sleeve in case you ever started missing being able to do idols. Oh. I guess you never know. Maybe one day, some pretty young thing might bat her eyelashes at you. Wouldn't you be surprised at all? Wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, if you let any other idols seeking favors suck you off in a storage closet, I'm gonna kill you. No, of course not. That's not even the kind of producer I want to be. Besides, the last time that happened, that was all on you, you know. Well, it's not my fault. Besides, it's only natural for an idol to fall for a producer. I'm sure you enjoyed it too. After all, what kind of man wouldn't like being licked by an idol like that? Oh, there she goes again, into her dare mode. What a troublesome woman, being all cool and jaded, but then going full dare whenever the topic of sex comes up. Well, this just meant I had to play along with her. Ho! Well, I'm afraid I'm a very corrupt producer who needs to be pleased by his one and only idol. You better do a good job, Mariya. Your very career is on the line here.
Oh boy. Understood, producer son. Not many girls make it into this industry, you know. You gotta be willing to do stuff like this if you want to make it. Of course, of course. Shall I do it like this, producer son? Ah, that's great. You're already understanding how this business works, Mariya. But anything for you, producer son. I bit my tongue, trying my best not to burst out laughing. Oh boy. It begins! I laid back on the sofa as Mariya straddled my waist. Sensing the imminent arrival of my idol's lovely interior, a tent erected itself square on my crotch. What are we going to do about this, producer son? Allow your idol to take care of this. Please, lay back and relax. Mariya unzipped my pants and wrapped herself around my tent pole. Oh, there it goes. She lowered herself. She slowly lowered herself. I closed my eyes and exhaled in comfort as I was once again enveloped by Mariya's warmth. Oh, there it goes. Black screen time, and the zoom in on Mariya's face again. As expected, Mariya in her stage uniform was amazing in every possible way. But with one important costume change. I reached into Mariya's top and pulled out her 2 spears of wonder. They've already been out. Her tits swayed with each of her thrusts. I couldn't decide whether to merely appreciate the view or grab the delectable pair of fruits for a taste myself. How is it, producer son? Is Mariya good enough to be an idol? This woman, she's seriously still keeping up with the roleplay? By now, my brain was so flooded with sex hormones that I could barely keep my thoughts straight. Yeah, I think. You know that's not how this is supposed to go. Oh, she literally stopped! Oh god, Mariya, stop thrusting! Unless you do a good job with the roleplay, I'm not gonna ride you. Oh, what? I went through all the trouble of getting my stage uniform, too. You're serious about this, aren't you? After all, I may be retired, but I still want to be your newbie idol. Mariya. Alright, if it's for your sake, then I'll roleplay all you want. Oh, hell yeah, Mariya. Now we're getting into some good-ass territory. Now, Mariya-chan, this won't do at all. Stopping now when we were just getting to the good part? What are we going to do with a foolish idol like you? I gave her ass a good slap. An idol must finish what she's begun. Understood, producer son. Oh, there it goes again. Back to the zooming in of Mariya's face. God damn it. Mariya resumed gyrating her hips, returning. Is there a censored version of this? Like, I don't know. If there is, that would be nice, but I don't think there would be. Mariya resumed gyrating her hips, returning to turgidity to my joystick. Good girl, Mariya. That's the way. You'll really make me into an idol if I do this, won't you, producer son? Of course I will. Anything you want, Mariya. Producer son. Cheesy dialogue aside, Mariya really was giving me a good workover. She's gotten really good lately. Each time we did it, she learned a new trick to pleasure herself. Wait, Nani? Wait, yeah, to herself. What? As expected of our One-sama, she definitely was starting to gain her bag of sexual maneuvers. Not that I minded that one bit. Her face contorted as she locked the ridge of my pinga at the roof of her entryway and itched her G-spot. Her hips twitched with increasing pleasure. Oh boy. Oi, you... There's no way a virgin would know this technique. Did you lie about being a virgin on your entry interview, Mariya? But I really wanted to be an idol no matter what. You... It's too late. I'm kidding. Oh, that's not the one. I can say that one because it's not the CU. Mariya sank down on my pinga, jamming it the entire length of her as she wrapped her arms around my neck. Her scent enveloped me as Mariya's insides etched around me. I could feel our passageway seal shut, trying to squeeze the icing out of my cream shooter. Not yet. I couldn't give out this soon. Mariya's lurid noises only made me want to pound into her deeper. I had to punish this unruly idol for being so lewd. Mariya! I buried my fingers into her 2 plump cheeks and spread them apart, pulling her deeper into me as her insides were still convulsing. Unable to hold back any longer, I flexed my abs, ramming myself into her, the head of my battering ram pounding against her ceiling. Holy! Mariya gasped for breath as the bulging jewel of my scepter slowly worked its way up deeper and deeper into her. Shit, if I blew now, there really were no going back to the there really were going to be idle babies running around my apartment next Christmas. It's so deep. Mariya could no longer even thrust and merely swayed side to side as if trying to jam in a rod too girthy deep into her keyhole. The thought of blowing everything into Mariya sent excitement coursing through my body, filling my cream cannon with more batter. The massive tower sprouted higher, impaling Mariya's warm, sloshy tunnel until I felt like I was jammed up against her tummy. Her tummy. Anyway, shit, it's never been this massive before. At this rate, I was gonna explode. Mariya! Our fingers intertwined, and I fell back against the sofa as Mariya came down on me and pressed our mouths together. This was too much. Our tongues, fingers, hair, body knotted up as we combined our everythings together. Her scent, her taste, her touch, her sound, Mariya oversaturated all of my senses, making my brain white out in almighty elastic infinitude of pleasure. This was too much. There was no way to hold back. Her sweet taste filled me as her perked up tickled my chest. Herculean effort. I tried to make my wonder last, but a second longer, but it was futile. A splash of juice squirted from the tip of my fountain head, not yet even containing any gloppy thick. Oh boy, yeah, it's been a while since I seen that word. God damn it. Anyways, yet my rod was so overfilled and my ammo dumped was so swollen that the fluid lubricant which my would ride on was leaking out the top by itself. I dug my fingers into Mariya's, trying to hold the flood back, but alas, to no avail. My container exploded, pumping her full of cream as I gasped into her mouth. No, we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. Nope, we gotta put on that voice. Nope, put on the voice, and then... You're alright there, Mariya. I sank into the sofa. My very consciousness injected through my hole. You're what? Okay. And into Mariya's. And yet the woman did not halt. I twisted and choked as she pumped more of my essence out. A third squirt of batter filled her hole, no smaller than the first two. The 4-pump white overflowed out of her and glopped down back onto the base of my
Pinga!
The remaining package could only ooze out, my poor rod twitching under the weight of the task it had just accomplished. Finally, I regenerated enough of my health to speak again. Incredible. You came so much. I've been saving it over the past couple days all for you. Really? You didn't have to do that for me. Well, it sure does feel good to let it out into you. Thank goodness. I really don't know what I'd do if you end up falling for some cute young idol, you know? You mean give up Mariya for anyone else? No way. After all, think of everything we've been through together. Now we can both build our dream idol unit together. It's gonna be great. Yeah, let's. Together. Mariya closed her eyes as she wrapped herself around me, our bodies still connected. Even though she wasn't a member of Starnova anymore, we were going to be closer than ever from now on. After all, I now had a partner in my life's mission to create the greatest idol unit in the world. Mariya and I, we weren't going to give up until we had accomplished everyone's dreams. Hell yeah. Oh boy, baby. That's the only thing I can assume. 2020. It's been 2 years. Before we knew it, over a year had passed. Today was a very special day because it was the day that our first child was born. After a successful delivery, the girls and I had entered Mariya's room to celebrate the newest addition to our family. I smiled beside Mariya as Aki held our daughter in a bundle.
She's so tiny. So this is your kid, huh? She's got a pretty cute face already. You suppose she'd make a good idol when she grows up?
Aki, just because her mama was an idol doesn't mean that she has to become one too.
It's kind of a shame, though. At least I think she's got Mariya's looks.
What do you think, Mariya?
Oh,
どうかな
I keep forgetting. But yeah, she does sound very mature. But Jesus, I keep forgetting that I have to turn that off. But I wonder, I guess it'll be up to her when she's old enough. If she ends up growing into a punk like me who thinks she can take on the entire world, then there wouldn't be anything I can do to stop her. Well, we'll be here. Well, you know, that's me. Well, we'll be here to help her along the way, of course. After all, wouldn't it be great if I ended up producing our own daughter? I don't know what to do with you.
Well, I'd say all's well that ends well.
Aki returned the baby to Mariya. Maybe some part of her wished that it was her Mariya's spot happily waddled with a newborn daughter. Oh, don't worry, Aki, I still got you. Even through this, I gotta say, Aki, you're still my favorite. Don't worry, my girl. However, she knew that wasn't her life. She was going to be an idol. She wiped any trace of regret from her mind and congratulated Mariya for her happiness. This had been her decision. She wasn't going to get a second thoughts now, not when she was finally the center. Mariya cradled her baby in her arms.
Hello there. It's a crazy world you've just been born into. But if you work hard and trust in people and get a little lucky, I think you'll turn out just fine.
The girl smiled as Mariya closed her eyes and stroked the baby's head. Ah, menu. Well then, I think Mariya needs to rest. The rest of you have work to do, right? You better get back to the agency right away. You guys totally just abandoned your kohai in the middle of practice thanks to the delivery. I looked at my wife as I shooed the girls away.
Let's go, everyone. The producer-son and Mariya need to spend time with their new baby.
I guess so. Congratulations, Mariya. Congratulations. Best wishes to you. Best wishes to your future. May the baby grow strong and beautiful like her mother. Congratulations. Let me know if you need a nanny. Don't worry, Pecan. I'll take good care of your daughter. Well, I know. We all know Natan would just raise Mariya's daughter into a bumpkin if that ever happened. If you want a strong child, you gotta raise him country style.
Moo, let's not raise a ruckus in the hospital, everyone. Come on, let's go. Our kohai are probably wondering what happened.
With that, Sasami pushed the rest of the girls out of the room.
Please take as long as you need, producer-san.
Yeah, thanks.
Yay, we got a family. I never did the hide, but family. I'd show this as the thumb, but then it'd be like, spoiler, everything turns out alright. I mean, it's kind of the spoiler that everything turns out alright because it has for all the other stories. But hey, anyways. And so a new chapter in our lives had begun. From now on, I was going to be a father on top of an idol producer. Now with my responsibilities were... Now, my responsibilities were even greater than before, but with everyone at my side, I wasn't scared at all. After all, I had Mariya with me. Mariya, you don't need to suffer anymore. You did it. You really did become great. From now on, I'll make you happy.
Yeah. Who knew? Who would have known? After all the troubles, all the pains, all the sorrows, I thought all was lost and I would die a miserable screw-up. Who would have thought that things would have ended up so happily like this? I just had to keep going.
See, guys, that's some inspiration. Even if things are horrible in life, you just have to keep going, and eventually, you'll find your happy end. You just have to keep trying and shoot for what you're aiming for. Anyways, for all my dreams to come true. Because they really did. They really did. I really beat Quasar. I really did become the #1 idol. I really did put on a blowout live at Tokyo Dome. I held Mariya's hand. Mariya, you worked hard. Congratulations. You know what would be fucked up? If he held her hand, he's like, that's good and all, but Mariya, you have to wake up. I would have been so upset. Oh god, just imagine if all of it was just a fuck dream. Oh, that hurts even though it's not. Oh, that hurts so much. Ah, damn. Congratulations, you really earned it. Yeah, let's do our best from now too, together with our Hoshiko. I laughed as I put my arm around her and stroked Hoshiko on the head. While many more challenges undoubtedly awaited the workers at Shining Productions, my life with Mariya would continue. Mariya was finally freed from the nightmare of her past. Despite having accomplished our dreams, who knew what challenges tomorrow may bring? I knew that this would not be the end of our troubles, but whatever happened, we were going to face it together. Life wasn't going to be a fairy tale. If everything were perfect, then we would not need idols to give us hope that a better life existed beyond our bittersweet existences. In the end, all idols were girls who entered adult society in their most vulnerable years and graduated once they entered womanhood, a story familiar to us all. To all of us. Adult society wasn't as easy as our childhoods. They were villains, tragedy, disappointments, and betrayals. We would become great, not by never failing, but only thanks to living through our failures. Despite everything that had happened to Mariya, she had forged her own piece of happiness in this confusing world. Sorry about that, guys. And after weathering failure after failure, Mariya, no, all of us had become who we are today. No matter what troubles came, I knew my idols would be here to cheer everyone on in this great, big, wondrous, dysfunctional thing we call the human condition. Yamamoto Mariya happy end! Yay! Yay! I gotta say, god damn, now we've officially gotten 3 girls done. 3 girls down, 3 more to go. Holy shit. And next up, we're doing Natan, then Nemu, and then my girl Mika, and then finally Sasami, the one I've been waiting to do this whole time. God damn it. But yes, Jesus Christ. Whew. It's been long. It's been 2 hours. I hope either I'm gonna split it or I'm just gonna throw it all into one. We'll see. But thank you all for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and say what your favorites, also share with your friends. Like I said, still so far, Aki's my favorite so far still. Anyway, so thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.